All right, I think I am ready to get started with my uh, odd self. Anyway, uh, like I said, I'm just trying out this setting here, and just kind of looking at things such as the bit rate, and I'll watch this back. Or you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, ooh, I'm a little tipsy. You can't really fly a real plane like this, or at least you shouldn't. No, I'm joking. Don't. Um, where are we? Oh, I wanted to mess around with the F-16 here. You know, oh, that's what I wanted to set up. You know, I'm gonna save that for another time. I actually have some real footage of F-16C and F-16D at the local airport here in my hometown, which is Madison, Wisconsin. We're gonna go ahead and get started with that. Um, it doesn't matter how often I see that. That is a thing of beauty. You know, watching the F-16s at Truex Field take off. And let's see here. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be checking this the stream thing too. Uh, anyway, people, like I've been kind of messing around with. I've been in front of monitors all day since 7 o'clock this morning. You know, doing my job, and then other things with music, and then this, whatever the hell this is. I don't even know what this is gonna be, you guys. Um, all right, so where are we? Let's make the time today 4:20. Shut up. We all know the FAA rules. Some of us are not pilots. I am not a pilot, but I tell you one thing. If I decide I want to go for it, it'll be nothing to never smoke weed again. It's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money for what will most likely be a pastime. Oh, that's right. The time doesn't save if you don't do that. You know what? Let's make it clear skies. Let's have some fun, man. I always like take things too serious. If you're looking at this, like I doubt if anybody on Earth is looking at this. This is the lame part of it. And this is more a technical check. I really It's like I'm looking, man. Okay, let's see here. No, I don't want to be live because there's clouds out. Let's do clear, beautiful skies. Pretty little happy trees. Okay, so here we are. Actually, what is this? The 115th fighter. What's this? There's like the Air National Guard, and I can't figure out if there's actually an active duty wing here. Like people say it, and it feels like the secret. And I'm like, why is it a secret? Anyway, long story short, I don't know what's going on. I just, you know, I love military stuff, but at the same time, I hope we don't end up in that war. We, meaning the United States. You know, a guy from France actually brought out, I do Uber and Lyft every once in a while. And this guy from France brought up an interesting point that, which was weird to hear like a European saying this. He was basically, his point was that the U.S., you know, cannot get dragged into this, and he was almost saying that the people that are, you know, the countries that make up NATO in Europe should go take care of it. And essentially, what he was saying is strike preemptively. I don't usually hear people saying that, and it was weird. But let's face it, dude. Nobody can riot like the French. Every once in a while, every 20 years or so, you look on TV and you see like French people just tearing up Paris. And from what is the Bastille? They like what like a lot of shit happened. What they killed Robespierre, whatever that dude's name is. Anyway, trust me, I'll come at things more informed when I actually get going with things. But right now, this is a test, and nobody's watching. Okay, so here's the point. I'm gonna show why aviation and alcohol don't mix. that's that's about what this will be. Okay, so oh yeah, I started to look over here. Whiskey. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is opening up this FSX map client. I like this, and I don't usually kind of brag on things, although I probably should get really good at it if I really want to do this. But hey, dig this, man. And this will be kind of screwed up because I'm still getting like things together, for my scenes and all that. But this, and I've said this a couple times, and you might have seen this in a test, or whatever that I've done. Okay, we don't want video game capture, video on this computer, no. We don't want a live overlay. We don't want, oh, that's why I never set that up, huh? Gosh. All right, so let's try it this way. Gosh darn it. This is what I want to show. You can, that's what I meant to do with this all the time. I love this. Half this game, I mean, there's parts of it that are realistic, but let's face it, like, there ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. But, this kind of makes seeing the world a lot funner than it would normally be in. I kind of wish I would have thought of a lot of the stuff when the pandemic was first starting. But this game was just kind of taken off then. So anyway, I'm just blabbing. I'm sure nobody's really listening, but listen, there are in my hometown there are pretty much, well, there's 2 lakes. This is technically Madison right here, but we got 4, technically 5 if you count this thing right there. There are 5 lakes in this system, and this body of land between here is called the isthmus. Why do I tell people this all the time? I'm sorry I hit the mic. Why do I tell people all this all the time? I every once in a while I play trivia with friends and all that stuff, and it would be one of the biggest honors of my life if somebody would relay this piece of information. There are 2 major cities in the United States of America that are on an isthmus. Now, I've told you one, which is Madison, Wisconsin. But the other one is another place I've lived. And, no, it's like one of those things that should be a trivia question. It really should. The other place is Seattle, Washington, which if you look at it, it really throws you off. I'm trying to get that at that. It throws you off because it's like, well, I mean, you got all that water. You have Puget Sound over there, and then you got Lake Washington. But that body, and then you have what is that other smaller lake? Lake Union. So you got all these bodies of water. It throws you off that little piece of land, that goes, between Puget Sound and Lake Washington, is the isthmus. So kind of, what that is where the isthmus is, a body of land between 2 bodies of water, and it has to be connected by other land. Basically a traffic nightmare. That's what that is. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick parking ramp 21. I hear so. Give me 1 second, guys. Like that was urgent. I just had to pee a lot. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a cold start. I don't even know what that is right there. Okay, so like I was doing is I was showing you this, and I gotta donate to these guys. I use this way too much not to donate. Okay, you see this little blink? This is what's cool about this. And I used to use another one that's similar, and they had an airplane. That's my only dumb little gripe. I wish that was an airplane. This looks like a beacon of some sort, but this is what this FSX map is. Let you know where it is. I mean, yeah, there's probably not some realistic things with the planes, but let's face it, like, for a minute there, Microsoft Flight Simulator was the only way a lot of us were getting out of the house. For a second. Oh, there we go. I gotta remember to do that too. All right, just put that out there. Oh wow, and it shows all the little icons. This is fun. Okay. Let's see here. Like I said, I didn't want it to be nighttime. I don't know this plane well enough, and I'm under the influence of influencing things. Okay, let's see here. Let's take we want daylight. I need to be able to see. I'm just playing. Where did I set that out? You know, my favorite time, I'm not setting this, you know, at 420 because I'm like, oh, that's right, it's been daylight. So, yeah. Anyway, I am going to set this at this time. No, and in all seriousness, I love this time of day. Sort of towards the end, you know, late afternoon. This is where the sun is, and if you take pictures, you kind of understand why that is. But this is my favorite time of day. Oh, look at F-15. Okay, I think I'm ready to get going. So I'm going to take my picture off in a minute here. I'm also trying to figure out a few other things, like it doesn't show certain things. All right, what I'm looking at is like why, if you look down here, for those of you that are new to this as well, what I am trying to figure out with my little arrow here is, okay, if you look here, it shows you the name of a person. I don't know who that is from like anything that I played recently, so I'm like, oh, this must be hooked up to something else that's mine. And I don't even know what that is. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't really care if anybody watches this. Not tonight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take back that half, how many pixels is that? I'm going to take back that 20 pixel space so you can see it right there. And that's what we got. We're not going to worry about followers and any of that silliness. And let's do it on the one without me. Oh wow, that shuts off too. Oh, because you linked them all. I love it. Okay, cool. Anywho, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be flying an airplane, huh? All right, let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaker. Give me a kiss. What am I gonna do? Normally, I want to have like a plan, like to show people. You know, so it has to be kind of a blend between what I used to see, like, you know, when I traveled across the country a lot, and this game. I want to present this as something. If you haven't been to the States, I want you to have a good idea of just how effing big this place is. There's so much to see.
Madison Ground, T-World Travel 722 with Echo request taxi for takeoff.
And I'm sure it is a safe country. I mean, relatively, yeah, we have a lot of guns. A lot of fucking guns. It is what it is. But this is
Taxi to an old short runway to
this
1
is
via
really a
taxiway
fun
Lima
country.
Delta, cross runway tree to Delta
I don't know how it is in a
T-World
lot of other
722.
places. Canada's cool. Oh, you know what I think is America. I love our country, but I heard a comedian once explain Canada's the U.S. attic, like you know, like you put stuff in the attic you kind of forget about if you don't have one of those. I guess that's, you know, whatever you an attic, you know, flowers in the attic, that kind of thing. You basically put shit that's really cool up there that you kind of forget about. And a comedian said that, and I'm like, I don't know. It's a cool place, but it's like I as a human, I prize humility, and I just hope we learn that before awful stuff happens. Anywho, I'm just ranting here. Did I ask the taxi yet? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to 21. Alright, so here's kind of what I'm looking at. Why I keep being like glancy over here. Alright, so I'm kind of getting an idea here. Let me show you where 21 is. And let's just pretend like the people that watch this don't really know anything about aviation. Okay, so 21, if you remember geometry, you basically have a bunch of degrees here. So you got 0 or 360 going that way, so it's a circle. So going this way clockwise is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 180, 270, 0, or 360, like a clock. So when you hear them call out things, for whatever reason, people in various government agencies, or they like acronyms, or I was gonna say, you know, shortcuts. But anywho, this applies to this too. So when you hear 36, or let's use something more. Also, you can land on 27, so that means there's a runway that's at about 270 degrees, meaning west. You know, you can land on 27, so that's what, you know, when you see those big numbers on the runway, that's what that means, what direction you're going. So, and it's what direction you're going. So in Madison, Wisconsin, if I'm landing from the south, like you see a lot of times if you're sitting in East Town or somewhere like that, if you're flying this way, you're coming in on 3-6. So you would see a big 3-6. If you look down on that runway when you're landing, you'll see a 3-6. Conversely, going back this way, and you'll see, you know, this is, I feel like this pattern is more of a, you know, often used if you're going southbound. That's runway 18. Yeah, so if you know you're coming in and you see it's kind of like off, you know, you basically round. So it's kind of off a little bit. That it's still 180 degrees. It's just rounded. And we'll talk about this at some point here with these. Oh, I'm still getting used to this. If you play this game and you're going to use FSX map, and you want to show people things, get rid of keep in center. You probably want that when you're going. Hey, look, Hy-Vee. I know people that work there. Alright, so here's where I am. I am at the U.S. Air National Guard. That's not recruiting. Oh, they got a BX there. Okay, anyway. I didn't really know that. Anywho. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna essentially take off southwest. I used to go out to parties and stand around because I was too nervous, baby, to really get down. Alright, here we go. Stream chat, read only. I don't really want to comment. Okay. That is a plane I should fly tonight. Look at that damn. That is a pretty. You know that no F-15 has been lost in combat? Essentially, it's usually something weird, but I mean, we're so ahead of things. Like, that plane was built in the 70s, and that is still one of our... It's really crazy to think about that. Like, and then you think about, like, you know, the technology that's presented. Our relationship with winners and humanity is kind of strange. We both hate winners and we love them. I feel like, you know, a lot of that is based on jealousy, and I think a lot of that is based on, I mean, I think a lot of that is what causes conflict, is jealousy of what another person has. And it is ironic that a country that tried to systematically not have that sort of, I don't know, class reductionism or classism in general. You know, Russia became the Soviet Union for the working class. And it's really funny that some of the most world-renowned oligarchs are from there. Dare I say, the person that's running the place. So there is an irony, you know. And I blab a lot, and probably nobody is listening. Probably because I can't form a coherent thought right now for various reasons. But it makes me wonder, for like all those people that talk, you know, shit about like, oh, peace, give peace a try. Everybody in every community, you could have like 10 people. There's gonna be somebody that wants to be better than somebody else. You know, how do you stop that? How do you, if you assume that that is a bad thing, some people consider that sort of competition, and they consider what has propelled mankind. You know, in terms of technology, when you're at war, you want to win, blah, 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 you build all this shit. For example, this aircraft. And essentially there's a school of thought that suffering is what propels human beings. You know, maybe that's a uniquely, I don't want to say uniquely American idea, but it has to be somewhat a Western idea. And I'm not saying that's bad, I'm just analyzing it like, well, for what it is. Essentially, you can pull it back to that argument that the free market is the best solution for humanity. You know, you let the best ideas come forth. And you know, if you look at it from just a strictly libertarian standpoint, it leaves out a lot of things. It's like having a family that wants to only put on their best face. I conceptually love libertarianism. I love the idealism. I love the ideal of individuality. My own skills are going to propel me forward, but it doesn't pay attention to a lot of things. And there's no essentially, there's a reason why it's mostly younger white males that gravitate towards libertarianism. That's my take on it. It just, there's a reason for that, where you have young guys that aren't really attached to anything, that are willing to like have this, and it is extreme, like, it doesn't look at people for what people are. People are really dependent on each other. And a lot of them would argue, okay, well, libertarian protects personal property. But I ask this as I'm testing out this plane that would be, well, what are F-16s? They have to be about somewhere between 20 and 35 million, maybe. I'm gonna guess that's about. It could even be more, especially when you get the Viper. Anyway, point is, like, people that are libertarians argue that it's coercion to take. Oh, and I'm gonna point this out. This is not a Falcon. This is a Viper. With those two humps on it. But no, libertarians argue that personal property should be protected. But there's a caveat to that. Defense. So coercion is okay in some situations, huh? On an ideal situation, libertarianism great. And I don't even want to get started on what the U.S. conservative system is, and just our whole system is screwed up. We basically have Pepsi and Coke. Anyway, oh, cool. Look at that. Alright, let me pause here. I gotta do a couple things. Whee! So anyway, why am I thinking about economic systems with my drunken, partially inebriated ass? Why am I thinking about this? Obviously, we're pretty close to World War III, but hasn't that been like the argument for a lot of things? Like, not. Let me roll back. It's always about resources, or the perception of them, or the perception of resources. Because everybody believes, not everybody, but a lot of people believes that there's this, zero-sum game. If somebody has something, I am missing out on something. It's really weird. I mean, you put any human in a situation where they're stressed out, and those instincts come back, and it's very easy once you get out of that to be like, oh, well, that's just barbaric. you can easily go back to that. Anyway, let's get this plane off the ground while I'm babbling at stuff I'm gonna erase tomorrow. My point in saying all this is that I want to be like, wow, there's enough to share for everybody, but that's just not how some people see the world. Ooh, baby. I wasn't. My bad. Sorry. I forgot where I said I was going to go. Milwaukee? I don't know. They're going to have to fix that. This plane slows down too much when you turn off the afterburners, from what I hear. So it's always about resources. On some level. When in all actuality, look at all that. I mean, there's enough shit for everybody, isn't there? I suppose that's easy to say as an American. But you know, this country obviously is a black man. This country has a lot of, or anybody, this country has a lot of division in it. I guess my biggest fear with all of everything is like, looking at what I almost said the Soviet Union, what Russia is, what Putin is kind of doing is like there's always, and I know I'm not the only American that thinks like this, but our thought is, a lot of people like, damn, if we turned on each other, we could really fuck each other up. So in the back of my head is always that. So I'm thinking, looking ahead, and everybody's like, oh, nuclear war right away. You can look at history and see that stuff doesn't happen right away. It usually, for some reason, it takes us a little bit longer to get involved with things, and maybe that's, less than it used to be in the Atlantic telephone line thing. But it always takes us a little while to get involved in things, and that doesn't mean that things are going to be that much easier this time. For one thing, I keep telling people this is, our enemies, if you can call them that, whatever, our enemies know that we have an advantage over oceans. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. They've tried to get rid of that. And who knows, maybe their technology sucks, but I say all this to say that we've had the privilege of not, as Americans and Canadians too, have had the privilege of having seas below us, or between us, and
Those places.
we've had that. That's if the worst fears of Armageddon take off, like, and I hate calling it that, it sounds so biblical. If humans are irresponsible, both are in multiple ways, if we're just irresponsible as a species, then if World War III takes off, the United States homeland, I don't think would get spared this time. They know that that is our advantage, and they've tried to build weapons that take that advantage away. So I say this to say that don't be surprised if our next, Pearl Harbor event, and I say us, I mean the United States and Canadians too to some degree, don't be surprised if the next Pearl Harbor event is a mushroom cloud somewhere. I just expect anything. Who knows? I mean, and going back to what I was talking about, we all know that, either you're brought to this country to make money, you came to the country to make money, or you wish you just, yeah. Anywho, I say this to say, this is our despite all our differences, our country is built on essentially knowing what our freedoms are, and then when we don't get them, you get weird stuff that happens there. But there is no place that turns. It's like a dysfunctional family. You ever have cousins and shit? Like, you love them, but you don't want to really be around them, and they just yeah. That's kind of what the United States is like. You know, you have extremism here, but for the most part, we get it. We know how to come together when the time is right, and that's a historical thing, and a recent history. I mean, because we're a new country, but you know, half of our history is coming together and doing our parts. Things change. We've strived to become a country that is not necessarily equal, but we strive to give equal opportunities. You know, despite all the evil shit that's happened here, we strive to do that. Which is why everybody, you know, and it sounds egotistical, as you know, this is why a lot of people want to come to this country. You have an opportunity to self-actualize here, probably better than any place else, or better than a lot of places. But going back to this thing about resources, it's always a perceived division about where resources, you know, go or come from, and your fears, and it's all this sum of things that make up what people are. And for that, I wonder, you know, as ironically we look at this country that tried to give communism a chance, do whatever the hell they're doing over there, and it's like, you know, that was all the Soviet Union, and essentially they're fighting over resources. You can even say, let's take Putin's argument that there's Nazis over there and they're killing Russians. Okay, does that justify, you know, there's been estimates that 10,000 Russian soldiers, I don't know, that's kind of high, but a lot of them have died. You can look at the pictures and be like, well shit, there were probably 3 or 4 dudes in that tank that died. Is it what was the reason you'd be doing that? And never mind Putin as a person, what is the reason that a country would be doing that? Like, why would you watch thousands of people just die like that? And it comes back to resources, a division of resources. And I think back to, I don't know if you're familiar with who Tom Hartman is. You know, probably an inspiration for me kind of getting into being a talking head, which is essentially what this is, in case I don't want to admit it to myself. But Tom Hartman pointed this out, that God, I'm trying to remember exactly how he put it. Okay, and let me roll this back. He's kind of like me, and like, you know, I will never discount conservatism as not being a valid viewpoint anywhere politically. There's good parts to it, but it's this battle for resources, this zero-sum game that people believe in. And they're made to believe that, and it's ironic that this country that, and when I say this country, not our country, the United States, but what was the former Soviet Union, is fighting for resources, and I kind of left off to where I think it's about resources. I think that's Mitchell Field right there. That's Milwaukee. That's Milwaukee's airport. We're gonna come around to the city. This country that was built on something called communism, where you won't have those battles, is one of the worst goddamn places. You have Chechnyan soldiers over there. Are you shitting me after all that? And I don't know the dynamics. Who knows? I mean, there are people that know. I don't. But it's, and let's roll this back to around the United States of America. You know, this battle for resources, our perceived battle. We spent all these years up back to our grandparents fighting against communism, and it doesn't matter what I pick up. It says one or two countries. Usually it's one, and I'm gonna guess this HDMI capture card is gonna say made in China. We spent all this time fighting these wars against communism, and everything says made in China or Vietnam. We used to say Japan a lot more. Remember Jap crap and all that stuff when we were kids. Alright, this is City Milwaukee. Oh, there's where me and my wife went on a date. Oh, she took me there on my birthday, and we took like a little cruise through that river and came out. This is Lake Michigan over there, by the way. Alright, we're gonna pull a couple G's there.
Yeehaw.
I'm slowing down too much. Yeah, that's why I play this. I play this game because it's kind of fun to look at places you've been and just kind of get your thoughts out. Yeah, I'm probably gonna erase what I'm talking about, but anyway, I'm just, you know, like a lot of people, just trying to make sense of what the world is. And from my my vantage, it just seems like an unnecessary battle for resources. Yet and still, something such as communism or even some types of socialism, you know, have their flaw. It's weird. You can't give people no hope, which I think like something like libertarianism would eventually do, is give people no help. Or you get communism, which gives people no incentive. You can't, you know, you do your part. Sounds good on the surface, but the simple fact is people need incentives, and you definitely cannot give people shit. Now, I know that's not, you know, you cannot give people anything. Even they don't respect it. And I was talking to a coworker, and he put it like everything that I used to think, he put it like into like a summary. And this is kind of why I wish I wouldn't have went with a live mic right now, because I need to have notes like on what people said. Like, God, I wish I had exactly that quote Tom Hartman said, and I'm not going to misquote him, so I just changed the subject. But yeah, anyway, getting back to what I was saying, people have to earn things. You're put on this earth to work, to do service. That's what you're put on this earth for. Whether you're not put on this earth to be lazy. You're put on this earth to produce things. And I'm not saying like that's like, oh, okay, like a general, you know, purpose. But if you don't, this is the truth. You'll die. You're put on this earth to produce things. You know, and some people are better with figuring out things, and naturally you get close to those people. Like a Putin, like he's gonna make my survival easier. You know, I watched this little old lady, you know, not bad looking, you know, probably was a MILF, probably 10 years ago, whatever, in Russian, basically say that she believes what their media is saying, which threw me off. It's like, whoa. And then I got to thinking back to what Iraq was like. You know, so, you know, how does the media play a battle, or how play a part in that battle for resources? But I just keep coming back to that battle for resources, because I don't think that's what most people want. But yet we're fooled into this zero-sum game. I don't think that's what people want. I think for the majority of people, they just want to be able to take care of their families and have a little bit of extracurricular entertainment. They definitely don't want to serve the desires of one man. And let's face it, and this is a bullshit thing, like so-called patriots tell you. you have to put your desires above that of the, you know, you hear that shit all the time in various things, and you'll hear it again. I will sell you on that. In order for us to win any type of World War III situation, you have to put your personal desires aside. But that commitment to serving is taken advantage of. I say this to say that soldiers are taken advantage of. I mean, how confusing for those soldiers over there to believe that they're fighting for something and see something different. You know, when I say those soldiers, I'm talking about Russian soldiers. Let's face it, they're in a similar situation to any occupying power. And for some reason, I don't know why this isn't brought up, occupying powers don't win. Like, not now. You can't just occupy a country. You got too many eyes on you. And it's got, you know, before you had, like, what was it, the Boko Haram situation when them girls got taken? Man, there's so much social media on that then. Oh, like now? You know, and those are two like those are two tech-savvy countries. Russia and Ukraine. You look at half the stuff for open source, it comes from there. It's almost scary. Like, maybe I should learn how to read acrylic language or whatever. I don't know if Ukrainian is. From what I understand, there's a lot of descendant Polish stuff, Polish language in there. I'm just blabbing. I'm wondering. Now it's turned to the point. I just want to do an experiment. I want to see if I blab out enough, will I have enough to put together a show. So I guess the main topic here is the battle for resources. That's what it is. Like, I mean, just thinking like the justifications for why this war started, as told by the head oligarch, or what do you call see, I have trouble calling a place like Russia an auto, you know, he's an autocrat, but it's like there's a lot of structure in a place like Russia. I mean, obviously you still have the Kremlin and all that stuff, and I get how people that are strongmen take over, but there's still a lot of structure there. I guess you could say that for Germany too. Like in World War II Germany, there was a lot of structure. But anyway, I say this is like how. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna quit talking about political stuff. Just stuff on my mind as I approach the third biggest city in the United States of America. This is Chicago, Illinois. And if I'm doing my math right, oh, that's right, I forgot I could do this in this game. Let's go outside the plane. Beautiful city of Chicago. Actually, can I go below the plane? Oh, no, I cannot. This is not a possibility. Okay, here we go. Beautiful city of Chicago. Chicago is shaped like a rectangle. Anyway, let's just fly. Otherwise, I'm just gonna blab. And if you've commented, I am still learning how to do that too. I don't really know how to see that. Yeah, that's oh, as a matter of fact, you know that I did a video called Hi. if you watch that, the video for High was actually, we started right here. I think that is it, or is it the other one? And then the other parts of it were filmed. We're getting ready to cross over the Navy Pier here. Normally that's about a 20-minute trip. It took like 5 seconds. Anyway, Navy Pier. The other parts of it we did, oh, that's the Chicago River. Wow. Shed Aquarium. I don't know. I feel like Chicago should be one of the greatest cities in the world, not just the country. It should be. But this is a good example of where even corruption kind of sinks through in this country. You know, and once again it goes back to resources. It's like, I'm gonna look out for me. You know, it's like, because that's, I guess we're animals, I guess. Alright, what I'm going to do now is just fly over Midway. This is Chicago's other airport. I know one thing I want to do before it gets too late, because I'm going to go to bed pretty soon. I want to do some aircraft carrier stuff. Alright, I think I'm going to land at Midway. The only thing that scares me about this airport is the runways are really short. Oh, this is the BNSF rail yard, I think. Okay, anyway. Alright, we're going to turn in Midway Tower.
Midway Tower, T-World, Travel 722 is 3 miles southwest, 1,500 feet with India to land. T-World, Travel 722, Midway Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2 wind 274 to tree. Fly left base runway tree 1 center. Make left base runway tree 1 center, T-World, Travel 722.
Hey man, I don't even know where I'm at, man. No, I just fucked around. Alright, let's get this old little airplane down. And then I'm gonna switch to the F-18. I haven't done like carrier stuff. I'm probably gonna crash so many times. And I want to try the hard deck simulations. I just updated that. What is it? What runway did they say? 3-1? Left downwind. I don't know. Somewhere. Shit. Where's the airport? Probably gonna get from where I was gonna be. Quiet down. Yeah, I mean, I was reading this other article the other day, and I was like, God, when this actually gets going, this little dumb show I have, I do actually want to, you know, how do I put it, like cite stuff more. Right now I'm just blabbing stuff, and that never comes out the right way. Never does. But I don't know. I hope I help not just make a more informed electorate. Not that my little random AF show is going to be political, but I gotta here's the basis for what I'm about to say. I used to be a semi-truck driver, so I spent a lot of time listening to a lot of talk radio during the period right before Barack Obama became president. You know, it was really interesting, and we're talking about, like, when I say right before, no, it was probably longer than that. I would say it probably started when Walker was president. You know, just kind of paying attention and listening to these talking heads when I didn't have really any, when I didn't really have anything better to do.
Clear to land runway 31 center T-World Travel 722.
You know, so basically, you know, yeah, it was pretty interesting. Oh shit, I'm gonna stop. So you can't do like an airplane like you do in a car where you can just talk. Anyway, so I kind of got like interested in, you know, and I never thought I would be good, and by the sounds of it now, I probably I'm not setting up a good representation of myself. There's 31C there. Okay. But no, it kind of like made me interested in the format of just talking out things in terms of, you know, and obviously there's people that use the talk format to further their goals. I would like to, whatever this is going to be, use this format to get other people's opinions. Mine aren't like so solid, and you know, I'm like, well, I'm trying to learn things, you know, but I don't feel like I have that extreme, my opinion is right. I would say for me, probably my opinion is flexible, and I don't know, I just hope to be able to at least help other people figure things out. This is not what the, you know, what you see me doing right now isn't what the Random AF show is going to be about. All the time, sometimes it's going to be exactly this, like on Thursday nights. That's what this part of it is for. But for the most part, you know, if it does, you know, I want to focus on music. But if it gets political, I want to be as impartial as possible and give people information. And like why I started this, you know, that's part of it, but it'll become more apparent. All right, let's get this down, and then I do want to switch to an F-18 so I can do carrier stuff. All right, let's go and put you down. I'm gonna have to come back a little bit to the right, I can tell already.
Jolly good fun, I'd say.
Unless I'm completely lost. That is possible. Anyway, there's the Chicago River. God, what a drunk ass. Okay, ooh, I'm really screwing up. Yeah, my intention initially when I thought of this was just have fun. Don't get into the sensitive topics. That's just not my nature. And I know I'm probably going to end up in trouble with the Random AF show. But whatever this becomes, and it probably looks pretty stupid right now. Whatever this becomes, okay, let's use a map. Alright, I'm gonna do it this way then. You drunk stoner ass. Alright, we're gonna let this one get up to 400. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, low speed. There we go. Come on, boo. Yeehaw. You know, God, I got a lot of stuff on my mind right now, and that's part of maybe. Here's the thing. I think I want to start this because I don't really like psychologists or psychiatrists, whatever the fuck you call them. Like, why do I want to talk to, you know? Sometimes it's just fun to work stuff out with random weird people. Anyway, point is this. We're going to work things out together on the Random AF show. I wish I could work out how to land this plane with my drunk ass.
Midway Tower Southwest 140416 miles. South inbound visual runway tree 1 right approach. Southwest 1404 Midway Tower. South diameter
That's probably a real flight.
Clear visual runway tree 1 right approach. Clear visual runway tree 1 right approach Southwest 1404.
Yo, what happened to Midway? Are there two rivers in Chicago? That looks like Western. There we go. God, what did... Alright. Let's figure this out. Okay, cool. There's where I need to be. I'm waiting for my baby to come in to rescue me. Rescue me. My wife sent me something messed up. I know I can. Not anything bad. It's just, I gotta say this, we do have a similar sense of humor. Yeah, I gotta look at that. If she'll never play Flight Simulator. How'd I end up over here? If you can't tell yet, I'm getting a little impatient. Oops, and I'm screwing up. Let's just let the plane figure it out. I can't wait till they fix that. Alright, anywho. In real life, he'd probably be dead. Alright, I don't even know where I'm at. I'm just having fun at this point.
Southwest 109er, forward 274 at tree. Caution to landing runway tree 1 center. Clear to land runway tree 1 left.
Clear to land runway 31 left southwest 109er 4.
I'm coming in low on purpose, not for any particular reason. I'm just practicing something.
Southwest 1404, turn next taxiway.
That means you're stalling. And screw this, I'm gonna land at O'Hare. I don't know where the fuck it. I'm probably looking at the wrong river too. I'm just trying to do VFR stuff, man. Yeah, I got the wrong river.
Midway Tower, generic Sierra, India Sierra 81416 miles, south inbound, visual runway tree 1 right approach. Generic Sierra, India Sierra 814 Midway Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2 wind 274 at tree. Cleared visual runway tree 1 right approach.
Midway Tower T-World Treville 722 cancel landing intention.
T-World Treville 72, your cancellation is received.
Chicago approach T-World Treville 722 is type 5 miles southeast of Midway 4,500 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
We will travel 722 Chicago approach. Long entry 16.
Tower T-World Treville 722 is 17 miles southeast 4,400 feet with India to land.
T-World Travel 722 Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2 wind 274 at tree. Fly west base runway 28 left.
See, my big rule is I have to land. I can't like just crash on purpose. How did I end up in Chicago? Just kidding. Alright. And I probably could have found, you know, I should go back to Midway. You know, just on principle, I'm going back to Midway. Out of ego and principle.
Tower T-World Treville 722 cancel landing intention.
T-World Travel 722, your cancellation is received.
Whatever. the ghetto. Doom, 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 doom. Not down there, but. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna land this and then I'm gonna do some aircraft carrier stuff. I'm way off with this. Here we go. Okay, that's different. Alright, guess I won't have to ask for permission. Yeah, I know I'm low. Leave me alone.
Southwest 2624, you are 17 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 2,600 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 31 left approach. Descend and maintain 2,600 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 31 left approach. Southwest 2624. That sucked. Yeah, whatever. I'm landed. Oops. Don't want to do that. Whatever, I made it. Oh, look, I'm gonna make it to the... Whee! Oh, dude, really make my day and have, like, the person, like, guide me, and I will be so happy. Nope, they're on the F-15. Funny, funny. At least I think it is. Alright. I forgot the whole reason I'm doing this. I want to, like, test things.
All right. What I'm getting ready to do now is for the last thing I'm getting ready to do is to try this hard deck simulations carrier control module upgrade. So in order to do that, I'm gonna fly the F-18 Super Hornet. Oh, that's right. You can go the other way, huh? All right, there it is. That's good enough. Screw it. Okay, so let's find us an aircraft carrier. Let's find us a good old-fashioned aircraft carrier. Where are we? Yeah. Pan open. Huh, this is different. Oh, it's 2 R's. My bad. Mm. No, it's not 2 R's. My bad. Okay, so break it down again. Stand up like a man. Whoa, I've never even heard of that place. Whoa, this is new. Oh, that must be just the name of a. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Ugh. Well, I'm sure at this point this works, so let's make this quick. I think they may have combined some of this. I just a hunch. That's well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the hard deck simulations module so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you have this, you we'll see that screen there. So I have everything set. I'm just gonna go ahead and oops. Hey man, no shit. Okay, this is an upgrade, so I don't exactly know what to expect myself. I know there was 2 aircraft carriers in Japan. There are no longer 2 aircraft carriers in Japan. It's pretty gray in Japan. When you're big in Japan. Okay, so anywho, I'm gonna move hard deck simulations thing back over there. Oh, always got to remember to do that. This thing with this. I mean, not always. Maybe they fixed it. I just don't know. All right, so failure damage. You want to set crash damage to that. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, disabled. Oh, I'd never changed it. Anyway, when you're big in Japan. Alright, another stream of consciousness sort of thing. Alright, we're gonna roll up to Catapult 2. At least I think that's what it is. I don't know. Oh, look at those afterburners on the F-18. Whee! Normally I would tell you how to do this. I just am probably not good at giving advice right now. You just press the pedals of metal and you just press the plane up there like such. When I see that, that lets me know that my fuel got messed up. Okay, so here's the cool thing about this. Let me bring this HDS carrier control module back over. No, I'm not sure why my fuel. I don't know if you saw that, but I set that as at 100. But here's what I want you to pay attention to, because I think this is pretty cool. Speed offset. Or I'm sorry, launch speed will increase the more weight you have on. I think that's kind of neat. I could have explained that better, but whatever. When you're big in Japan. Alright, let's see here. Only trigger on cables. I don't know what all that means. Man, let's just get out of here. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Oh, that's... Wait, what is that? This is bullshit. Okay, why didn't the afterburners go on? Oh, they are on. You know, I don't think I did anything wrong that time, and if I did, let me know. We're going to go ahead and restart this just to make sure. Alright, let's pull. If I get one landing out of this, I'm going to bed. Just right now, it's principle based. Okay, you know what? I think that might have been a flaps thing. I need to leave those flaps alone. Okay, so this, you know what? I'm going to do a little experiment. Maybe not tonight, but do that. Perfect. Release brakes. Don't touch flaps. Yeah, don't do 34 knots on the deck. Okay, here we go. What's the name of that band? Alphaville. Let's have it. When you're big in Japan. When you're big in Japan, Earner. Okay, I did not touch the flaps. I'm gonna touch that trim though. Alright, Alright, what do we got here? A plane. So, alright, let's let's just assume everything's set. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, this must be okay. What was 10 knots? Going which way?
Charlie Victor 76 traffic T World Travel 722 taking off runway 36 straight out departure.
Something. Alright, we're gonna try this outside the plane. Yeah, that don't make no sense. Oh, it's because this isn't an HDS plane. Whatever, we can still make it work. Okay. Gear. That's what it is. I need to make sure the module's updated.
Request flight following.
Okay, what's wrong?
T-World Travel 722 is Horizon approach. Log 0342.
Squawk 0342 T World Travel 722.
T-World Travel 722 radar contact 2 miles northwest of Charlie Victor 762,700 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger T World Travel 722.
T-World Travel 722 contact Fuji approach on 123 decimal 8. Good day.
Good day.
123 decimal 8 T World Travel 722. At Suji approach T World Travel 722 2,900 feet.
T-World Travel 722 at Fuji approach altimeter 29.902 continue as planned.
Yeah, let's head back towards Tokyo. Yeah, okay, so like comparing this right to the like F-16, I love the way this had, you know,
T-World Travel 722
the way this turns.
on 126 decimal 5. Good day.
126 decimal 5 for T World Travel.
Actually, you know what? I should have afterburner set on here.
Kisarazu approach T World Travel 722 2,500 feet.
T-World Travel 722 is Horizon approach altimeter 29.901 continuous plan. T-World Travel 722 contact Tokyo Center on 134.15. Good day.
Oh, that's right.
134 decimal 15 T World Travel 722. Tokyo Center T World Travel 722 9,000 feet.
There we go. That's how I should be doing it.
Travel 722 Tokyo Center
Okay.
altimeter 29.904 continuous plan. T-World Travel 722 contact Tokyo Center on 119.35. Good day.
119 decimal 35 T World Travel 722. Tokyo Center T World Travel 722 10,800 feet.
T-World Travel 722 Tokyo Center altimeter 29.904 continue as planned. T-World Travel 722 contact Kisarazu approach on 126 decimal 5.
I'm gonna crash.
Good day.
126 decimal 5 for T
Bam!
World Travel 722. Kisarazu approach T World Travel 7220.
All right, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna. I do want like a good takeoff off of the aircraft here. So let's figure out the issue with that. Especially since I updated that. Let's go to the main menu. And my guess was, okay, so there's a pack of carrier things in that you can get from the marketplace, and then there's this hard deck simulations thing. Now the difference is, okay, so I took off from the one of the ones that is in the marketplace, so you'll see the CV, like the actual real carrier number. But let's take off from all right, and I'm gonna change the, oh, that's right, I remember the thing saying that they changed the light, so let's look at that. What do you call those listen where they act like they're surprised to hear some shit? Oh wow. I don't get it. Okay, here we go. Let's see, where's alright, wow, that light looks really good though. Well, New York is a pretty place at night. Let's see what's going on. New York, the city of lights, big dreams, and always want to see. You might get, how's it go? Too much, too many people, too fast. Ha ha ha. I am just another black man sitting on the fence trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Cracks me up that like people think that was Pac. At first that was, he put it in the right place, but that was Grandmaster Flash. Who is the and you always like you run into that like as you get older, like you know, kind of not to pivot too much, but you think you're still with it when you get to a certain age. But I'll never forget this moment. I was shooting a shit with this kid, like, in, you know, doing Uber and Lyft, and I was like, what kind of music do you listen to? And he's like, I like classic rock. And I'm thinking he's gonna say like Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm like, oh, like what do you listen to? This kid said Nirvana. I was like, what? I used to be with it, and they changed what it was. No, what it is. Oh, yeah, it does have to be on this. Okay, gear up. Whoa. Wow, that's pretty dark. What am I doing? Oh, it's also on autopilot. That's how that works. That's why the plane crashed. Wow. Yeah, right. I'm not even going to try and land on that. Alright, we're in New York. Let's get way up there. Alright, we're in the lower bay. We are about to cross into New Jersey somehow. What am I doing?
Going to 118.9 or 75 T World Travel 722. New York Center T World Travel 722, 11,000 feet.
Alright. Don't need those, do we? westbound. Oh, beautiful. Look at all the pretty lights. All the pretty clouds. But you know what I love about this game? You know what I love about this game is that you can play God. No. Probably not the most right thing to say, but I don't give a shit. It's,
120.25 T-World Travell 722. Require approach T-World Travell 72210,100 feet.
T-World Travell 722, require approach altimeter 29.9 to continue.
I should shut the light. You know, I'm gonna shut the tower up because this is gonna talk a lot over this.
Travell 722, contact
And they keep calling me Travell.
2.8. Good day.
Alright, cool. Anyway, I was getting ready to say something really cool, and it probably is only cool in my head. But whatever it was gonna be cool in my head. Hi, Joycey.
Travell 722, please acknowledge.
Ah, son of a gun. I don't want to talk to you guys.
Going to 132.8 T-World Travell 722.
Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. Ain't nothing but a gangster party, party, party. Alright, jolly good fun, I'd say. Alright. You know, I'm not really trying to go to Washington, D.C. Like, it really surprises you when you, until you get like out and all this stuff is so close to each other. The earliest parts of America. That's not good. Too much, or too many people, too fast. Ha ha ha. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And I sure to get away from the those blinking lights out there at Newark. I think I'm really I was having a little too much fun, Charlie Murphy. Anywho, yeah, that's Newark. I think up there's, yeah, we'll see what it is. Dun, 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 dun. Strange love. Da, 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 da. That's the ILS. We're not trying to land, we're just trying to look cool.
Upside down.
So dun dun dun, vasectomy. I know that's not how it goes, whatever, leave me alone.
Upside down.
Respectfully, I say to thee. Respectfully, I say to thee, I'm aware that you're cheating. Something dee 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 dee. I'm a butterfly. However it goes. Oh, it's the bottom line.
Upside down.
So yeah, I'm over Newark. I don't know how it lost signal. I must have screwed up something. Anyway, let's go over to the city.
Once in your life you'll find it. Someone who turns you around and makes you on the top.
We can get lost between the rooms in New York City. You know, you look at New York, it's an island, and you know, you wonder how they put all those kind of strong buildings on that little island. New York is actually, what is it? Is it bedrock? They're able to put those buildings on this island. There's only a few places like that in the world, from what I understand. From one of those dirt sciences dudes. Anyway, this is Brooklyn. And if south, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go over JFK here. Once in your life, yo. Why do I have Christopher Cross? You know, he was the original Criss Cross, man. The original Christopher Cross. Yeah, what was that other song? Well, it's not that far from paradise. At least not for me. Sailing. Is JFK. I think I have like the rendering set really low, so it's not doing what I want it to. Alright, let's go over LaGuardia, and then I'm gonna try. What did I say? I want one landing. If I could land this plane on that carrier, that would be so cool. But let's find LaGuardia first. Wait, which direction? Oh. Okay, west now, I guess, right? Northwest? Alright, whatever. Whatever! Where you at? There's LaGuardia. Let's have some fun. New York, New York. Dork. I'm just joking. Oh, whistle. You know what I should do? Just to do an experiment. I should do like one of those deep fake things. Like I should make myself like some chick from like Korea with big boobs and like rabbit ears or whatever people are into. That's weird, like, dude, like, the world. I mean, I guess men in general in the world are confused. You want a feminine woman like playing first person shooter games? That's pretty interesting. Just an observation. I have really not that much of an opinion on it. It is like, you know, I don't get it. Like, you have all this empowerment stuff, and it's like you get somebody that has a million views that really isn't that good at a game that has their boobies hanging out, and it's like, you know, I was thinking about that today. Like my gripe, like, oh my god, that was like the beginning of like that whole alt-right shit. Like it was over video games. You get that, right? Like a lot of that stuff. I mean, obviously they came from a lot of sources, but where it became mainstream was what's that dude's name? Milo Yiannopoulos. You know, that whole, I don't know what that. I didn't even give a shit about video games before COVID, but it was something about that. Essentially hating. Remember that thing about resources I said earlier? It applies on a macro level too. You know, and when I say resources, that can mean human resources too. For example, mating selection. You get, you know. It's like the whole world is essentially a shitty media manipulation. If that makes any sense, like essentially somebody's always trying to like fool you on something. And that's not to say people are bad or anything. I'm just saying, oh, why are my gears done? Probably ain't gonna go down now at all. Oh, they did. Anyway, where's that aircraft here? Anyway, the point I was gonna get to is life ain't nothing but money and bitches. That's what Ice Cube said. Where are we at? Where's the boat? Once in your life you'll find her. Someone will turn your world around.
New York approach T-World Travel 72 to 2,700 feet.
T-World Travel 72 to New York approach altimeter 29er to continue as planned.
What if I didn't have a plan?
JetBlue 284 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 3,200 feet point. Report them in sight. T-World Travel 722 traffic is 11 o'clock, 3 miles at 2,000 feet generic.
I see him.
Report them in sight.
JetBlue 284 has the traffic.
Or they. Okay, here we go.
JetBlue 284
Flash.
8 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 2,600
Flesh for fantasy. What did I take off on 3.6? 2.6. Figure eight. Something's missing. I can tell. Oh, I'm way out of. Oh, didn't you do that?
Okay.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
You know I don't know how to change that.
Fuel low.
I give you everything you want, and you just tell me you don't.
Anyway. I'm taking one pass at this. If I can't land at this, I am not doing it. I don't even know if that's it. If it's not. I'm probably like in New Jersey. I'm gonna land this at this little airport. Where am I going? Dude, you suck. Oh, whistle. Just getting up a little bit higher. You know, somebody once described this as like trying to you put a stamp in a bathtub and you try and put your tongue on it. A little extreme, but what do I know? Okay, here we go. Oh, what was that? Poppy. I don't know if I like that. Alright, we're gonna get downwind, actually. Is that it? I don't even know, man. I'm trying to get... It is, but you know what? There's something off about the way this is... Yeah, that's not necessarily me right there. That don't even look right. Back... You know, let's land at Kennedy. Let's disconnect this. Please don't say like 27.
722 is 11 miles southwest, 3,200 feet
Come
from
on.
Sierra to land.
Come on. Come on.
T-World Travell 722 Kennedy Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, to wind 28 trees and tree. Make left downwind runway tree 1 left.
Make left downwind runway tree 1 left T-World Travell 722.
And there she blows. So if we look off, oh, that's screwed up too. All right, so there's JFK down there. So we're kind of going downwind of the runway. Why does that keep doing that? I don't want the gear down yet.
Generic flight 66 go around.
Okay, that's autopilot.
Generic 566.
I probably damaged the gear.
66 contact New York approach.
All right, well, let's get down anyway.
Good day.
Going to 128.125, generic 566.
Actually, let me try this real quick. Oh, I can't even can't even see this. Okay, so that puts them up.
Exit runway when able.
Okay, that didn't work.
T-World Travell 722 follow the aircraft on the runway. Wind 28 trees and tree. Cleared to land runway tree 1 left.
Cleared to land runway tree 1 left T-World Travell 722.
Jet 1284 turn next taxiway.
Hmm.
Jet 1284 contact ground on 125.05.
I can't be a Superman. Whatever, fuck it. I'm not gonna. does some weird stuff sometimes, man. Whatever. Okay. Wait, 3-1 what? Oh, left. Phew. Okay.
Kennedy Tower, Polaris, 8905, ready for IFR departure runway 31 left.
Polaris 8905, hold short runway 31 left. Traffic is moving on final.
That would be me. Alright, let's put it down.
Hold short runway 31 left.
Got a little bit of a crosswind. Low, because this runway is weird. Yet I'm going too fast too. Something like that. Alright, not horrible, but
T-World Travel 722, exit runway when able.
dude, tell me what to do, man. Okay, anyway, let's be done with this.
722, contact ground on 125.05. Polaris 8905, altimeter 29.9, wind 28 a tree. Cleared for takeoff runway 31 left.
Oh, I know it's wrong. Yeah, let's get it around here.
Cleared for takeoff runway 31 left. Polaris, 8905.
So I couldn't see the airport. I think.
722, did you copy?
Yeah, man. Like, leave me alone.
125.054 T-World Travel 722.
So I need to look and make sure, like, ooh, shit. Anyway. Thank you, Bedrock. Please let this be it. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. What the hell is that? Hey, this looks like we're like the drug areas. Alright, this is good enough. Okay, cool. So let's stop. All done. Alright, I gotta watch my test tomorrow, so excuse any ass hattery tonight. Let's test this too. Thanks for watching.